In order to understand this concept, you have to stop and understand, do you know who and what you truly are? How much do you really know about our world? And how much are you willing to expand those beliefs? My mother would say, how uneducated would someone have to believe that we are the only intelligent species out there? There is one simple truth that I know. Humans are very good at telling themselves that they saw or believed or went through whatever they wanted to believe or go through. We are very good at making ourselves believe what we want to believe. And so, I know people who have talked to, seen spiritual beings, as I like to call them, or aliens, and yet to this day would tell you they don't exist. The supernatural imitates the natural thought, providing the defining evolution impulse of any age. In English, the solar system is a bunch of schools, split by planets. Each planet holds the consciousness of the spiritual beings who are on it or were on it. To simplify more, an example that we can understand. Our solar system is a junior high, and each planet is a grade in junior high, and the Fae, Tour de Man, Divergence, half-human, half-animal beings, elemental beings, are in elementary school, and the angels and other supernatural spiritual beings are in high school. And each school helps the school below it, because they cross planes and dimensions all the time, just like timelines. Remember, this is just an example, simplified so that we can understand. I explain it this way because I am aware that just being in a place with a spiritual being will change you. They don't actually have to do anything, just their presence, much more if you touch them, forever changes you. Communication takes time and work on both beings' efforts, because you must change your vibration to match the other being. Here's the big difference where people get confused. As a medium, the spirit steps back and talks into your ear or transmits feelings to you, and you translate those as best you can to the person who wants to hear it. In channeling, a spirit joins, merges, and meshes with the energy of you while entering through your body to speak. Channeling also tends to happen in trance state, though it can happen consciously. The reason why someone would choose to channel a spirit consciously is to hear messages they have to say, which can help you in your life and the lives of others.
Hey, long day.
It was very long.
Tell him that he's making the wrong decision.
Oh yeah, 'cause that doesn't sound creepy. I don't even know what you are talking about.
Well, tell him that his mother is talking to you.
Are you crazy? 1. He doesn't know that I'm psychic too. I really only know his wife. 3. I'm too tipsy for this today.
This is really important.
It's always really important. Let's just make Delphina do it. No one cares that everyone thinks she's crazy. Have you lost your mind? I'm in a bar, full of people. If it's so important, why don't you tell him?
Really, you would let me?
Oh, that's not exactly what I meant, but sure, why not? If it gets you to go away.
Okay, I'm going to enter your head. You will still have control over your body. I will just be in control of your mouth. And you might feel some sensations.
Just do it already. It's fine, really. I had never done channeling before this. And I really had no idea what to expect. I really should have listened to what the spiritual being was saying. The next thing I knew, I was with the divine source. It was exactly the same as my near-death experience with source. I was at total peace, total love, just being was perfect. I was told to be careful with who I let in my body next time. I could look at my body and hear what was happening, but I really didn't care. And I was instantly sober. I also knew that I could go back at any time. And then I was back. I remembered what I said for like 3 minutes. Then it was gone. So do you think our drinks are done?
You look a little unsteady. Let me help you to your seat, and I'll bring the drinks.
That poor man never looked at me the same. Always hoping that I'd channel again for him. Super awkward. I put this here because you can go see someone channel. However, most never understand how the channeler feels.
This is what I always hear people say about channeling. Always use discernment when it comes to channeling, or for that matter, any verbal, non-verbal communication. When listening to a non-physical entity through a human channeler, ask yourself if the energy feels right, if the message is empowering and inspiring, if the message is intelligent, of high consciousness, if the entity understands the human journey. Be especially discerning when it comes to alien entities, because oftentimes they are just earthbound beings, spooks, masquerading as superior aliens. That drives me crazy. I mean, it's nice and all, but how are you supposed to use discernment with something that you know nothing about? Well, that's why I'm here. Let me enlighten you. The first thing you will always get is information about you. Have you ever heard a tarot card reader go, "Oh, that's my card"? It's because they will always get their information first. The same is true for all channeling. For listening or going into inner channeling, there's certain things you should know. 1. Understand the channeler, because that's where the messages are going to come from first. 2. Understand the motivation behind the being channeled. 3. Understand the culture and the type of being it is. These 3 things will give you great insight and help you when you're trying to discern the difference in beings. Derry Anika is a visual and special effects designer for films such as Star Trek, Pirates of the Caribbean, Die Hard, Iron Maiden. He also wrote many books and is often criticized as starting the New Age movement. He's from Ottawa, Canada. He's 72 years old and he's married. These are all important things to know because it helps us know where the channeler is coming from. Because like I said, his point of view will always come first. Bashar is part of a council of beings, and he often talks to the council while he's talking through Derry. He is from a group from laboratory experiences that the Greys did on us, and that our government allowed, and it's absolutely disgusting, but he is one of the children that's an offspring from this, and he claims to be from 500 years in the future. No, I will not go into the Greys in this video today. No, I will not put a picture up to traumatize more people who have already been traumatized through this. Yes, I think it's disgusting. Yes, I think it's horrible that our own government let them do this to us. That's all I'm going to say on this topic. What I will say is that the Greys are divergents, and they are non-corporeal beings who could not cooperate, and so they used us to be able to gain this. And through those experiences is how Bashar and his predecessors came about. The only reason I bring this up is because it's important to understand that they could not have babies, if you will. And so because of that, children are very, very important. And being able to have more children and cleaning up their karmic debt is the reason that Bashar and his people are trying to communicate to us. That is the motivation. The motivation is to clear their karmic debt. So that way they can not become like their predecessors. Now I want you to understand, I don't pick apart Bashar because I think he's horrible or I think there's something wrong with what he's doing. I absolutely agree a lot with a lot of his teachings, and I think they're really important. However, I also think it's important that people understand what they're dealing with and how to learn about it, and that's why I started this episode.